Okay, during this video I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how to lay out your new Rousseau inspired collage. Okay, first of all, this is my tiger, which I've cut out with some of the scissors which you'll find at the back of the classroom. Please note that I've added lots of different tones, shading with my pencil in contour lines and also adding some mark making. If you have not got enough tones, please make sure you add these so that you can actually get the higher grades. Next thing I'm going to do is sort out the ground that I'm going to put my tiger on. So I've decided to go for yellow, and also I'm going to have skyline. So I'm going to cut out almost like a mountain line. Apologies as I try to work out how to work around the camera. So mine's going to be about like that. Now I've purposely cut out the foreground so it looks like it's closer because it's the foreground. So this would be the sky. Now I've chosen a brownie colour because I want it to look like the pathetic fallacy that we were talking about. I've probably said that wrong. You know what I'm like. I'll add a typo or something on there. Next thing you're going to do is cut out your leaves. Now the best way of doing this is cutting straight up the middle and doing zigzags to add the different shapes. So if you watch carefully. Now the further forward things are, the bigger they'll be. So you may want to add some leaves for the background as well, doing different shapes. I'm trying to keep this in front of the camera. Sorry, the camera is at a really weird angle where I'm sitting. And so on. So can you see how it's, you're then going to have two lots, and here's one I did earlier. So then once you cut all the way through, you'll have all these grass leaves on this one solid continuous string. Now that means it's easier to stick down. If you've got individual pieces like that, you're going to have to stick each individual section down, whereas with this all you have to do is glue along here. Do not stick all the way up to the top here, because then it'll give it a more 3D flowy effect, and if you want to at the end you can even just slightly bend these forward like so. Okay, what you're going to start doing now is layering all of your different sections. So I've created a tree like so. And then I'm also going to start layering. In fact, I might do that behind there. Now, as you've noticed, I haven't stuck anything down yet. I want to check that it works first of all, because otherwise it's so frustrating when you suddenly think, oh, that looked really good, and you've already stuck everything down, you have to peel everything off, and it just looks a big old mess. So I'm just playing about with my layers at the moment. In fact, I'm going to stick that behind there too. Oh, sugar, I just ripped that. And then I'm going to put my tiger slightly off centre. Just makes a more interesting composition than if he was slap bang in the middle. I'm going to put some of him behind the grass, some of him in front of the grass. Tilt the camera a bit so you can see. That just makes it not look like, you know, he's right in the foreground, and the grass can slightly pop out. Now what I've noticed is you've got a lot of negative space up here, so I'm going to actually pull my picture slightly forward like that. Okay, and I might create a new mountainscape now because I've got this bit free. I might use that bit in a moment, flip it upside down, and I've got another mountainscape. So slide that in. Might slide it in. Come here. Ah, why won't it fit? There we go. Right, so it looks like there's a double mountain now. Okay, you may want to add different trees in the background, so this one I'm going to pop in there. Okay, and then I may add more bits like so. Okay, you just keep on adding until you're happy with the composition. The tricky part next is to carefully start gluing things on, so you may want to remove one layer at a time or glue on gradually. The next stage I'm going to show you is not part of the success criteria. It's just for those who want to play about with chalk. Please make sure that you prioritise getting your leaf shapes correct, thinking about the composition, and if you have time you may do this as well. Now the reason why I've decided to go with chalk is because I want to make a more interesting skyline. So over top of my brown I've just used a bit of blue, very little bit of blue, because I want that brown to still come through to make it look like a visual skyline. And then I've used my white pencil to create those shocking lightning bolts. Sorry, I couldn't remember the word then. Ooh. Like so. And then when I replace, just gives it a little bit more pizzazz. See that? Ta-da! Right, here is my just about finished picture. As you can see, I've got loads and loads of different layers, and I've actually started slotting in just individual ones now, just so that the colours aren't completely plain. So what I could do is to start just placing things in the foreground. Right, I still want to add a few little orange leaves there, but I've put my orange leaves somewhere safe, so I will add them hopefully in the next couple of days. I hope this made sense. Any questions, please raise your hand.